at the selling side, merchandising, visual merchandising, management, and I began just crafting. I learned how to sew, and I began making kimonos and vests and aprons, and I began selling those things. And then I started on a platform called Etsy, which teaches you how to, or which allows you to sell things that are handmade. And over time, I researched, okay, what is selling on here? What are some of the things that I do that will fit within Etsy and is something that the Etsy customer is coming to look for? And I learned that people are coming to Etsy looking for personalized items and usable items. And so in the end of 2015, I started selling gifts for bridal parties, so mainly robes. And I learned that the robes were the number one gift that a bride gives her bridal party. And so I started finding suppliers to supply the robes, and then I would personalize them, which made them fit within the Etsy parameters to have an Etsy shop. And so it started off kind of slow, and then I started off in December, started the shop, and then in January, I began getting orders every day. Every day I began getting orders. The people at the post office were my best friends. They knew me by first name, and we became really good friends. And over time, I made enough money to add to my savings, purchase a home, and then remodel that home. And from that, it really opened my eyes to the power of e-commerce, online shopping, and really understanding that if you focus, I only had one item. I only sold one thing. Okay. I didn't have a whole assortment of items. And so I think that it allowed me to focus on one thing, made it easier for me to do business, but it also made it easier for my customer to find me, I want this one thing. This person is a SME. They're a subject matter expert in this one item. This is what she does. She only does this. I'm coming to her for this specific thing because I need this for my bridal party and my girls. And so, it was a great experience. I learned a lot. It's helped me too through my actual full-time career. And I've done other things through learning stuff using Etsy as well. I'm learning how to personalize. I learned how to use a vinyl cutter, a smart cutter, to personalize the garments. And I also do shirts. And so I've also had success with doing T-shirts and baby onesies and personalized things through using the vinyl cutter as well that I have. So it's been a really good experience. I encourage any of you who do handmade things to consider Etsy or even Facebook. Facebook is a great platform just through posting. For example, last Christmas, I made personalized Christmas ornaments. And in 1 week, I made an extra $500 at home just posting Christmas ornaments with their names on them. I used an app called, I think it's called Kira, but it adds sparkle to your video or photos, and it enhanced the product that I had already created. And I think it made people more interested in more, wanting to buy more than probably just throwing a picture up there in the regular colors.
Okay, so like an app that allowed you to edit the photos or put some kind of little video in there.
Yes.
So this is what we talk about all the time. Image is everything. And over on our Instagram post, I posted something a while back about, okay, do you really want to do business with this person? They were driving this raggedy truck. I'm going to see if I can share this on this screen. They're driving this raggedy truck, but they
what business were they in, friend?
Taxes. I was like, no, you cannot do that.
But here's the thing, too. I will say, also, don't be afraid to get started with what you have.
Correct.
Find the best, I guess, setup or setting in your home. I took a Christmas tree, like a $20 small mini Christmas tree. I put it on top of my kitchen table, and I had clear bowls from the Dollar Tree, and I put the ornaments in there that were blank, that had color in them, so people could see all the colors that I had. And then I had personalized a couple for my friends, put them on the tree, and then I did a video, and I said, I'm personalizing my Christmas with these, Christmas ornaments, and I let people see, all my Facebook followers, all my friends. And I got a lot of orders. A lot of people shared the video, and it just, I was surprised.
But see,
right. The videos had 200 to 300 views.
See, what happens is people think that they can just go on any social media platform and it's going to be the magic pill that's just going to poof and I'm going to go viral. Yeah. But you prepared.
Yeah.
There was preparation. Okay, what is going to make this look good? You got out of the box. You just didn't say, oh, here's an ornament. I'm going to just stick an ornament on there. I'm going to take a picture of it. You staged it so that it looked nice. You put it with a Christmas tree. Then you had something to say about it.
Yeah.
There was a plan for that. You just didn't do it one day and like, oh, I'm just going to just throw it out there. There's a plan.
Yeah. Even true with, what was it, last month? I had made my niece and my nephew unicorn shirts, and then I made Black Panther shirts for my nephew because he loves Black Panther. And just from, I think the caption was when your nephew is a superhero and your niece is as magical as a unicorn. And so many people liked it. I'm still getting likes. And a lot of people ordered or inquired about ordering. So, I did stage the shirts, to Francine's point. They were staged so people could actually see what they were. And then I had a cute caption with emojis so that people could see, okay, I'm not just doing this for sale. I'm doing this to show you what I can do. And I'm getting personal with you. This is what I do for my family members.
Exactly.
So, and it's, you can have the same experience for your niece, your nephew, your son or daughter that loves Black Panthers or is obsessed with unicorns. So,
but you used a story and a personal experience. It wasn't all, okay, come into the store and buy the Black Panther shirt today. It was in context of something that was going on, and it required a little imagination. Wow, I think that'll be great, and you were relevant with the trend.
Yeah, that's key too.
Yeah,
I think that's big too, to always be out there looking for new ideas, out there looking to see what other people are doing. And once you get to that pace, you will be ahead of the curve and not feeling like, oh, this person's doing this, so let me do it. No, as you continue to do it, like continue to stay on top of your industry, you will eventually
It'll be a natural flow.
It'll be a natural flow. And you'll be ahead of the game and be on trend first.
Because you're looking for the next big thing all the time.
Right.
So how do you research a trend?
I think you just have to be aware of your industry, whether it's real estate, whether it's like you sell kimonos. Okay, what's the latest prints? in fabric. Mm-hmm. That's what I need to be selling with my kimonos. Or where's the next hot neighborhood? Mm-hmm. That's where I need to be steering my clients or looking for, or where
steering in real estate.
Well, not steering, guiding,
but giving them ideas of what's up and coming, and at least know what the up and coming is. Right. A lot of times, and we talk about this a lot, one of the things that you have to do in business is know your industry. Yes. And constantly reading about it or constantly studying it. Reading some stuff with real estate today, I was like, oh, so that's why they do that. You know, you hear about companies called Purple Bricks, and I was like, now there's got to be a catch somewhere, because they can't just do what they said they were going to do. And then I went in there, I'm like, oh, there's another shoe that goes with this. And, and so you can't just, you got to go investigate and find out what's really going on. You know, go find, you know, why is Wakanda all of a sudden everybody is like, I don't play. Yeah. Okay. If you're doing dazzle bands, or if you're doing bracelets and stuff, can you go get some beads that look like they came from Wakanda and make? Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And everybody was out there with the trend, and trends don't last forever, so you kind of have to be on it, hit it while it's hot, and then ride the wave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we found that out with the spinners. Yeah, you know, yes, we were waiting on people, and they didn't act quickly, and by the time they acted, the trend was on a downswing, which meant you can't profit. Yeah, because now it's common.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So are we saying that we don't want to be common? We want to stand out from the crowd. We want to
find a way to differentiate ourselves.
Yeah, and not be common. Because when it comes common, it becomes like sugar. Sugar is common right now. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm not paying $12 for sugar when it's common. Salt is common. You don't want to become common. You want to be Himalayan pink salt.
There you go. Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, you know, it's still salt, but it's pink, it's Himalayan, it has a story.
And it's $7 as opposed to 39 cents a box.
Exactly.
You won't have it at that price. It's premium pricing.
Exactly. And it has a select customer base.
Yeah. Sold at select stores, I would imagine.
Yes. You will not find it in every store at $7.
Yeah.
But then when Walmart starts carrying it, then you're going to need to go look for something else. Mm-hmm. Because it's now commonplace. Because now Walmart can commoditize it where there's so many of them. That's why with California cover-ups, you don't find them everywhere. No. They are one-of-a-kind items because you source the fabric from a certain place, and then you describe to us how you when you open the package one day. I'm just telling her, she was excited about, I got my package from wherever it was. I'm like, you need to videotape that so we can enjoy the experience.
Like a lot of India. Yeah, a lot of the LuLaRoe girls that sell things, they videotape
the
unboxing. I just got this, and it's really a surprise too because they get random dresses and come They don't get to pick what they want, but they unbox it for their customers to see. So it's like a surprise for everybody.
Yeah.
So, and everybody's like in suspense and wants to know, and it's the same thing.
And they can't reveal because it's a surprise to them also.
Yeah.
And so when she was opening that up, and it's like, this fabric is silk, and it's and she's talking about it, I'm like, okay, I need an angel cut of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking,
that's another thing too. If you have your own unique styles or designs, patterns, you need to be calling that out. You need to be calling it out because that's something exclusive that you can't get anywhere else.
You can't get an angel cut cover up from anybody but California cover ups. And I get compliments every single time I wear it. Oh, where did you get that? And I'm like, okay, I don't have a card on me, CaliforniaCoverups.com. But do you understand they're unique pieces that flow well, the fabric selection and all of that? You have to talk about all of that. And we're talking to everybody who has a unique perspective, like Donna with Green Earth Travel, who is watching us. Hi, Donna.
How you doing
she
today?
Has a unique perspective. She does vegan travel. So she's talking about when you're going healed, when you are going to travel and you are vegan, you need to call me. You need to come see me so I can tell you what the best places to eat, where to shop, and all of that. And she's a full-fledged travel agent, not a
side, and not a hobby.
Yes. Okay, there you go. That was very well stated, because I was trying to clean it up.
The subject matter expert.
Yes. And that means that you're going to get back home if you leave the country.
Okay. She is prepared.
Yeah, we don't, you know what I'm saying? There are some, I was like, for you people, and she knows the industry. Hey, Stephanie is on today, all the way from Pasadena, California. Hi, Stephanie. So you want your business to be unique and stand out, but you're going to have to help it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So my question becomes, are there some apps that can help us help our business stand out? I know you used one the other day, and I was like, what? You can do what with an app?
Oh, I think it's called Make Me Up. Hold on, let me tell you.
Okay.
It's really cool.
Hey, Nazim from Italy is watching. Nazim, thank you for tuning in. It's a perfect time for you in Italy. Great. We're going to have to come and visit Italy and look you up one day. So we're talking to Davette Angelo. She is an entrepreneur. She's a business owner that does hand-made items as well as other things. And she's just talking to us about her story.
Can you tell us a little bit while you're searching? What's the name of the app? Did you find it?
So one of the apps that I use to add sparkle to my items is called Kira Plus, Kira plus sign. And then I was showing Francine and my mom at church the other day an app called YouCam Makeup. So YOUCAM and the word makeup.
I'm gonna put that in the chat.
Yeah, it's a really cool app. So it's basically a filter you can add. You can add different lipsticks, different eyelashes, eyebrows. You can enhance your complexion, or you can whiten your teeth.
What?
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
All the things. Yes, it's awesome. So it's a really cool app to enhance. For example, Mom, you're doing fashions, so maybe your models, you might want to put a different makeup look on them, or I'm pretty sure you can do hairstyles too.
Yes, so, I was playing with the app a little bit. You can put hair on.
Put different hair on.
Yes. Yeah. And I thought that was amazing, because now your selfies don't have to suck.
Yeah.
I love it. Selfies don't have to suck.
And Nazim says his wife would love it. She's a makeup artist.
Oh,
and so
see, they could try it on before she makes them up.
Looks. Yeah. And get a feel for what kind of look she's going up for, your customers going for before you even start.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times, because we don't necessarily do makeup, we don't know what a different look is.
Yeah.
Do you want to look, bohemian? I'm like,
like, what is that?
Do you want to look glam, sultry?
See, there she goes.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck is sultry? Okay.
And if you don't know what those are,
you can see on the app.
The app
before you take the risk.
Exactly.
Before you lay out however much that is, you know, because Mac is not cheap. I'm just saying. So when you laying out 60, 70 bucks and eyeliner and stuff, you're like, wait a minute.
Yep. Or you're about to buy what? A $46 stick of lipstick, and you're just not sure. You know what I'm saying? With your complexion or whatever, can you then? How do you?
Will it work?
Yeah.
And so the app can help you do that. Like I recently changed my hair color to blonde, right? Or platinum. And I was like, okay, so now makeup has to change at least a little bit. And had I had that app, I would have been able like, okay, this is the look that I'm looking for.
Yeah. And I was just amazed because I don't really do a lot of makeup, but when we went to, where was it? We were in Macy's, and the lady did Davette's eyebrows, and she put some kind of mask around it with concealer and eyeshadows. And it just made it stand out. And I would think that you'd be able to try that out on the app.
Yeah, probably so.
Cool.
Probably so.
Wow.
But there's a lot of apps out there that can be used to enhance your products, enhance your business, make it more appealing to your customer.
Now I'm going to go here because you're a young entrepreneur. I want to ask you these questions. Have you struggled with being able to find a group of people who are also entrepreneurial?
Yes.
Okay.
That is yes.
And have you found anyone in your area that has been supportive?
Some friends have, and some friends just don't get it. Everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur. I think that's a realization that I've had to, you know, just take in. It's not for everybody.
And that's okay.
Yes, and that doesn't mean the friendship has to end. That doesn't mean they're any less of a friend. It's just
you just know how much time you're going to spend over there when you do that. Because just because you're not a quote unquote entrepreneur, and a couple of shows back we talked about the difference between an entrepreneur and a freelancer, because there is a difference.
That's good.
And as a freelancer, you're pretty much working for yourself, and when the work stops, so does your income stops. So you're working and you're building it, but it's just you and maybe a couple of people. But an entrepreneur, they are building businesses that hire other people, and it's a different thing. And you need to own whatever it is that you do. If you are going to be a freelancer, a gig economist is what I would call it, own that and be okay with that. I'm a makeup artist, and I am going to, and you go to the bridal shows and you do all of that, own it, be happy with it, earn the number, figure out how much money you need every month to make it work, and just be happy with that. You don't have to take it and go, you know, mainstream, and I'm going to have eyelash business on every corner. You don't have to do that. You can still be happy as a freelancer.
Wow, agreed. Yeah, but there is a difference. There's a difference. But I think too, it's just coming to terms with, okay, this is what I'm doing. I have to be that. These are the people that are supporting me. These are the people who it may not be their thing, and that's okay. That's a friend. Where you come together is, you know, things outside of the business. Okay, what do we like to do for fun?
Yes.
How do we become friends in the first place?
Yes.
And you focus on that, you know?
I think that works for personal relationships as well.
Yeah.
The other person may not be entrepreneurial minded. It may not be, they might have the regular 9 to 5 and they're okay with that. It's okay.
Yeah. So how do you keep life balance? You know what I'm saying? Yes. Because a business can really, it can really suck up a lot of time. Really
but that's where you go back to a schedule and you don't allow it to suck up time.
Yes.
You have to,
Yeah, I came to that realization, I think, this past week before coming out here on vacation. Orders, people wanted shirts, onesies, everything. And it was like, really, y'all? Like, I'm about to go on vacation. And I don't like to rush things because then that's where mistakes come into play.
And it affects the quality.
Yes, it affects the quality of your product. So I think for me, it was just, no, okay, from here on out, I needed 2 weeks lead time. I need 2 weeks notice to get your order processed. And if I'm getting ready to go on vacation, then I need 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. I'm not going to rush because also, too, when you're getting ready to go on vacation, you're trying to wrap things up, tie up loose ends, like even from things, making sure your bills are paid online before you leave the house and you don't have access to your laptop, things like that. And so it's like, you got to be able to focus on the things that are important to you, but also give the best service to your customers. And giving, yourself time to fill the orders or answer questions allows you to do both.
So as a business owner, you need to do self-care.
Yes.
So that you can
it's
provide
key.
good customer service.
It's key. Oh my goodness.
Because if your head is not on straight,
or you're stressed, or you're anxious because you want to get home and do all these orders, and you're trying to pack, and you're trying to make sure you have appointments set up.
Well, let me remind you of this. I know that you recently traveled overseas, but also I know that you have resourced things from overseas, and that they take vacation.
Yes, they do. They do. I remember.
Speak to that.
So when I had my Etsy shop, I kicked it off in December, and then January hit, and then in China they have Chinese New Year, and it's not a 1 to 2 day thing here like the U.S. It is almost a month long, and then on top of that, the workers in the factories, sometimes they don't come back to the factories to work. So then there's a shortage of employees, which means there's a shortage of how many people they have to process the orders that they get. So, and they're filling orders from all over the U.S. or the world. And so I really learned, because I had customers, oh, we need this, we need that, we need this color robe, we need this color robe. And then, of course, they were the top colors, which my supplier was out of. And they needed time to get back in stock after Chinese New Year. So you really learn to, like, it's not just giving time to yourself or having time for yourself to process orders, but also thinking about all the internal and external partners that you work with and allowing them time to, and to work.
And considering a global calendar versus...
And they have multiple. I mean, it's Tomb Sweeping Holiday, Chinese New Year, there's Labor Day. I often joke, I mean, if I could get the holidays in the U.S. and the holidays in China, I would be just
fine, right?
Yeah, real relaxed. Always on vacation. Even I've done business with Canada, and they have Family Day, Victoria Day, plus Christmas, New Year's, and in addition, like maybe 7 or 8 other holidays that we don't celebrate here in the U.S. So, and then you have to take into consideration the holidays that we celebrate in the U.S. when you're doing business. So it's a juggling act. You have to be very organized and forward thinking to manage it all.
If you're going to be international and actually
deal with international suppliers or customers, all of those things. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration.
And so you have to familiarize yourself with that. If you're doing international,
if you're going to be global, right?
You're going to need to learn, okay, who's not working and what part of the country, what part of the world is not working on whatever day. And Nazim says we get tons of holidays in Italy. Love that here. So, in the United States, I think we kind of work more
your workhorses.
Yeah, just work. I'm like, okay, let's do like South America. Let's take a siesta. Let's take a break and rest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm liking learning the different cultures and learning about your business, knowing what's going to happen when, because you can inform your customers ahead of time. Okay, at the beginning, you might want to get your orders in now. You telling them in November, in December, you need to get your order in now. January is a very slow time for us, and we're going to experience some back orders. Just want to get you up to speed right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and I see it too, even with, I have some local suppliers that I buy shirts and vinyl from, and when they're out and they're like, oh, it's going to be weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why, because they're importing it in from outside of the country, most likely, and they are waiting on them to get back up and running, or they didn't order enough, or it exceeded their expectations of what they did order, and so they're sold out. And so now, and every other supplier is probably experiencing the same thing. If it's a good product or good, if it's good supplies that people need to finish their orders, so they're all in the same boat. So it's just understanding, just how the industry works, how the business works, how, other countries work.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And these are reminders, because most of us know these things. And like Terry was saying, when we came out of working for the state, if you had a government job or if you work for somebody else, you still need to do those things that you did for that other company for yourself. You still need to set up a time where you're going to do your homework for your job, or set up the time where you're going to make phone calls for your job. It's the same thing now that you're working for yourself.
Scheduling,
prioritizing. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of us think that now that we're running our own business, we can do whatever we want, when we want, because you say, oh, I've got the freedom, I've got control, da, da, da. And so we take that discipline that we use in other fields and toss it out the window when we really should be bringing it with us to our businesses.
Yeah.
My daughter says, yes.
You have to.
Mom.
I mean,
yes.
And too, it goes, into other aspects of your life.
Yes.
I mean, I look at like working out or dieting or
discipline.
Just disciplining yourself to see results.
I'm not going to entertain that conversation because she said dieting and looked straight at me. Okay. Or maybe I was just convicted, guys.
Yeah, I think it was the latter.
Yes.
She wants to enjoy the rest of her vacation. She shut that down. Okay, yeah. No condemnation. You're good.
Donna says that I always work even when I'm on vacation. I have to look at all hotels. She said it's not healthy, and it is not, Donna. You are, for you, going on vacation is work for you because you're helping everybody else on vacation.
Business though. So.
But she's doing it for other people, and I can see her running around the ship and making sure everybody's okay and doing all of that. But I really think you need to take some time for yourself.
Yeah.
And go on a vacation that's not
fun to run.
Yeah, vacation that's fun to be on by yourself or with other people, and let somebody else book the trip and book the travel and do all of that, and you get to relax and let them just do it.
Yeah, that's a winner.
Yeah, it is.
Accountability partner to keep you trip.
Oh, accountability. Bring somebody with you. That's gonna say, Donna, you need to, go take a swim.
You need the fun police to make sure you're having fun.
Ooh.
You're regularly scheduled. Go on,
I like that, the fun police.
The safari or museum or some activities like other than travel and figuring out hotels and restaurants, something.
Fold something in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Donna, you should come see us. We're going to be up in New York in June. Maybe you can come and take some time. We'll be in upstate, actually at Niagara Falls. And I will send you the details, and maybe you can come and take a break. It's June 19th through the 23rd. And maybe you can just come hang out with us. And while we're waiting on she says, even though that she does, take breaks or goes on vacation, her ideas are still running amok in her mind. That's because that's what she does. Mm-hmm. And so she's getting ideas. You know how we do. We have got to turn it off.
I was going to say, or write it down and come back to it later.
Yes.
Don't come up with the idea, then start Googling it, then start. I mean, that's like me. I could get on Pinterest for one thing, and then 2 hours later,
my gosh,
I'm still on.
Yeah.
Or Instagram, I can get on there. Oh, I'm gonna check this out. 2 hours later, I got on to like Ulta's Instagram page last night. Next thing you know, I've been to 5 beauty influencers. Because you trail off. You start in one place.
The rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But that's why you pick a time when you're gonna go down the rabbit hole.
And we talked about this, about how we discount research.
Yes.
And the fact that research really is like training. And
it's work, and it's valuable work, and it's okay for you to do the research. You're not wasting time.
And and give yourself credit for that this is really this, not that.
Correct.
Because in the past it was perceived as, just watching television.
Or just surfing the net. It's really valuable information.
It is.
But isn't that how you figure out the trends? Mm-hmm. A lot of times you're looking at it.
Yes, and see, you can't like the UCAM thing. I'm like, shoot. There's never a need that you don't have to look good in a picture ever again.
Well, we found an app today because we were looking at someone who is in the industry, and they were talking about they're transitioning into a new app for payment. And I was like, what? Okay, we got to watch this.
But we found out by watching previous videos, researching, trying to see, okay, how do we do this? And then we stumbled upon that.
And she was talking about, that she's going to be using something new. And we're like, oh, what is this? And so we wouldn't have seen that if we hadn't taken the time to look at people in our industry.
Correct. And Donna says, okay, but she's going to Ireland. This is an answer to my question about New York. She's going to Ireland next week and India in August. See, I would figure out some playtime in every trip that I go on. I got to have some playtime.
And that's what Davette was saying. Fold something in. And even if you have to get away from the group, you know what I'm saying? Because when you fold in an activity with the group, everybody in the group is still asking you questions.
Yeah.
So it needs to be something separate if that's your business, and let people know that, you're not available between this time. So don't have an emergency.
Or either you have somebody that's going to handle the emergency while you are having fun.
Exactly. If you have an issue, call this number.
Yes. And Donna, we're going to charge you. We're going to implore you, exhort you, encourage you. Go have some fun.
A profitable business
that's fun to run. Go have some fun.
All those hours. If you fly all those hours to Ireland and
India.
Yeah, that's a long time just to go over and just work. I mean, you've got to make some memories.
And maybe been to some of these places, but there's always something new to see.
There's something. Yeah. It's too cool of a trip.
Okay. Says the lady who went and just worked.
No, we went places and we learned. And hopefully the next trip we will stay a little bit longer and, do more things. But I mean, even when I studied abroad in France. And, I was with girls my age, college girls. This was years ago. And we were like, we didn't come over here just to go, just to stay in this one place. Exchange. Yeah. We want to go to Paris. We want to go to Spain. We want to go to the beach. And we did. And
we don't want to tell Mom. Yeah. Until we come back.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad. But go ahead.
But I got to see, museums. I got to see monuments. I got to see architecture that I would have never seen, in person in my life, maybe. Yeah. Who knows when I'll go back? But I can always look back on those times and have those memories. And when conversations come up about traveling overseas, whether it's a personal or a professional environment, you have something to talk about. Talk about fun. People like to talk about fun things. Those people at work, they don't want to talk about work.
No. And somebody said that the best things in life were the experiences, not how much stuff you bought for somebody. It was the experiences, the things that you did together. Okay, let's go to the library. I remember taking my kids to the governor's mansion over on H Street. We just went in there just to go do something.
Yeah.
It was something to do and not necessarily something to buy. And going on this trip to New York, I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Because it's something to do and work is always going to be there. You can always find another day of work. Something is always going to come up that somebody wants you to do.
Mm-hmm. And I like the idea of creating memories. Memories are important.
Yes. That's the way.
A lot of times that's how you build relationships with people in professional settings, is talking about your experiences. Oh, you went to Paris? I went to Paris. Did you go to the Louvre? Yes, I went to the Louvre. The Mona Lisa was small. Yes, I was disappointed. You talk about those things and you connect with people. You connect with people on a totally different level, and then, I want to work with her. Or I want to do business with her.
We have things in
common. Not just, she's selling this, or they're working this. And it's those things that make people like you or want to be around you, trust you. Yeah. That goes, and a lot of times goes further than actual work that you do on a project or that you do, They can go to multiple people. They can go to multiple stores to buy kimonos. They can go online and find things. But I liked Terry because she's been here and her daughter did this and my daughter did the same thing or
whatever. Connection is somewhere. There's
commonalities
because they take time out of their day every day to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And or she listens through the BizChicks TV show, and I know her.
Yeah.
Outside of,
and they're dependable. They show up every day, so they're probably dependable people to do business with.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're building relationship, even though it's through the internet.
Yeah.
And even with travel, I would think too is people want they want to know they're staying in a good hotel and good restaurants too, but also if you're getting out there and experiencing things in the places you go, you're a better expert because you have experienced the city.
Yeah.
You can give people more information, and you were having fun, enjoying yourself, and
Hear that, Donna? It's okay.
Fun, enjoying yourself, expanding your knowledge.
Taking some pictures for your website.
Yes.
So you're still
having
working
fun.
on your
and people say, "Oh, you did that? I want to do that. How'd you do that?" And then you've got to
see you snorkeling or whatever you do, Donna.
Swimming
with the dolphins.
I'm looking forward to having some fun, and then I think we need to plan fun in. And as women entrepreneurs and small business owners, sometimes we don't ever do that. We don't plan fun in through the year. Like Coach Karen, she'll take a whole month or a couple of weeks off and just shut it all down, and people are calling her and trying to get a hold of her, but she's shut it down so that she can get a break.
Reboot, re-energize, and get a different perspective. I think when you step away from something, you come back with a different view, Francine. You understand what I'm saying? Plus, you have to allow time for you to see something different.
Mm-hmm. So you expose yourself to other things.
Mm-hmm. There you go. And so tell us.
Go ahead.
I was going to add, exposure is key. Yeah, that's true.
It is, because if you stay in the same little circle you are in right now, that is all you know. You don't know what's happening around the rest of the world or around the rest of your city or around it. Because there could be things happening in your city and you don't know it just because you're stuck right here in this little 4-block area. And you go over there and you're like, oh, I didn't know we had this. Oh, I didn't know we had that. Wow. And all you did was go take a walk, or you got on a bus, or you went someplace else and you got out of your confinement.
Yeah.
Right. I was gonna ask you to tell us a little bit about what surprises did you find when you went to China? And when you visited the factories? I'm talking from a business perspective.
Well, I went to showrooms, not necessarily factories, but what surprised me? I think the biggest thing is communicating with vendors, understanding how people in different countries communicate, or different languages communicate. You know, they speak English.
I'm going to ask a different question. How was the food?
Well, you know what? We didn't really experience. Most of the stuff we had was close to American food. So it wasn't until the end of the trip where we experienced a traditional Chinese meal. And so I'll say it was interesting, some of the dishes that came out, but the experience too is you learn to respect other people's cultures.
There you go.
That is key. You know, you're doing business with these people. Let's respect them, honor them. They are our partners. We're going to have a long-lasting relationship. And two, there may be some things you don't eat or you don't prefer, and that's where you learn how to politely communicate the things that you would prefer and that you like, and knowing to do that in advance so that keeps everybody on schedule, people aren't scrambling. And two, in business, you want to make your customer happy. They wanted to make me happy. I wanted to work because I want to work well with them so that we can get the best products for our end users.
So you would have a mutually beneficial relationship.
Mm-hmm. It works both ways. And so by communicating to them, we like broccoli and we like vegetables, not so much, this or that, it helps everybody work better together, because now throughout the whole meeting, they're not feeling bad because they got you something you don't like and you're not going to eat it and you're unhappy, and they're worried about you being unhappy, and now you can't focus on the projects that you have going with them. So
because you didn't clarify up front. So you clarify expectations up front.
Yes.
So that, now see, you can do that here in the United States and working with other people. Clarify expectations with your customers up front. You're not going to get this next week if you order it today. It's going to be 2 or 3 weeks. So you're clarifying your expectations so that they know how it's going to work. How do I work? Okay, the first thing I need you to do is find out if you're pre-qualified. I need that letter. Then we can start shopping. Then we can do this, and then we can do that. And these are the steps that's going to happen. There's no gray area. And so people are not in a fog and confused and disappointed.
And it allows you to revisit it if it is misconstrued.
Mm-hmm.
I think you misconstrued, because let's revisit what we had in writing here. This is how I work. I close after 5. You called me at 7. Why are you upset that I didn't pick up the phone? You understand what I'm saying?
So you manage expectations better.
Yes, and you establish ground rules, expectations, whatever you want to call them, for how this is going to work. Oh, it's like a prenup.
Not quite that. Not quite that.
That's gonna work, guys.
Serious, but you identify, where, so that there's a common understanding. Oh, I did not know that you closed down for Chinese New Year. So when does it ramp back up again so that I can make adjustments?
Exactly. And I'm going to the post office every day looking for my order.
I like that. And then there are disruptors in the whole system. And we can talk about that too, because Amazon coming in there shaking stuff up.
Yes. And that's another thing too. Even with Etsy, I think, it's important to keep your eyes out for other platforms. I mean, I know Amazon has Amazon Handmade now. So, if there are people who are crafters and like to sell the things that they make, that's another opportunity. And I mean, they have even more viewers and customers coming to their site every day. And when you search for something on the regular Amazon, I'm pretty sure if they have it covered in Amazon Handmade, it pulls up with the rest of the search results. So it's a really good opportunity, if you can, to get in on the ground floor if you have a crafting business or handmade anything, to try and see that as an option.
And see, Terry, I think your cover-ups will do well over there. Instead of trying to pull everybody to California Cover-Ups, the website, if you have certain like the one that you had on Sunday, because it's one of a kind, and you post that up there, and somebody buys that, you might be able to get that at a different price, because there's only one. There wasn't like 5 or 6 of them. There's only one. And I think it might, in addition to the live sales, but I think the Amazon Handmade may be a little bit different than Etsy with all of their their regulations and
restrictions, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So interesting.
I think it is, because anything handmade over there, and I would like my garments to be handmade if I could get them. Like suits and jackets and stuff. I'd rather have somebody make it for me than to buy it off the rack. It fits better.
Made to measure,
And there
also, you like the idea of your fabric being unique, which I learned the hard way. So I don't know if it's going to be a real issue.
I really do. I don't want to see me coming down the street. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. It's like, how is it that 2 people on the same runway with the same outfit? Because it was off the rack. But if you have one that was specifically made for you, or the fabric, you got to choose the fabric, and then it was made for you, that's different. You don't see yourself coming.
Yeah.
It's just ways of doing it. This has been an insightful profile. We're going to be doing BizChicks profiles in the future, and you are our inaugural guest for BizChicks profile, and we want to say thank you so much. TJ had a business appointment today, and so that's why we are doing a special. You know how you have the TV specials? Well, this is a BizChicks profile. This is a special show, and we feature one of our BizChicks. And Davette, if you're watching this on the replay, you want to go back and watch it. She covers some really good information at the top of the show, and at the
where can we find her?
What is your company, for your
You can add me on Facebook, Davette Angelo, on Instagram, Vivavette, Vivavette.
Okay, great. And we will put her also in the chat so that you can follow her and follow her handmade items and see if you can get in on that. You know, we'll see.
Yes, because she's going to have some hamper Christmas ornaments.
Yes.
Yay.
I'm looking forward to that for my grandson.
Yes.
Cool. And always you can find Terry at CaliforniaCoverUps.com and hopefully soon to be on the Amazon handmade site. And look for a live, stay tuned for a live show.
We're going to try to do a pop-up this week to do a live sale.
Okay, cool.
For California Cover-Ups. So if you're interested, guys, just let us know in the chat. We're looking forward to it because we want to test it out, Fran.
Yeah, and I think we should. There's just sometimes you just need to jump in the pool and get wet.
Okay.
So thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. We will see you next time. Everybody watching live replay on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in.